If you're reading Renaissance of Our Own, Careergasm, which is the book that I'm reviewing today, Careergasm was a great. Oh, thank you, thank you. I have my coffee. Boom. All right. Hi everyone, it's me, Danielle. Welcome to The Fine Print Life. If you are new here, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. Let's get started on today's vlog. Thank you, boo. I visited a restaurant with some of my homegirls. It's called Sfoglina. It was the cutest restaurant. They have a couple locations, and we went to the Van Ness location, and oh, it was so good. The ambiance is so cute. The decor was really nice. I am just getting started at this, guys, so please bear with me. I was so entrenched in the conversation and spending time with my girls that I really didn't pull out my phone much. The star of the show for me was my dessert. I do have a little bit of a sweet tooth, I do. But this gelato situation, it was like blood orange sorbet mixed with vanilla gelato. Oh, and there was like a cookie. Oh, it was just so good. I would drive back for that alone. It was that good. If you're on the hunt for pasta in the DMV, consider trying Sfoglina. So a couple weeks ago, I did a review on my favorite book of 2023, which was Rachel Cargill's A Renaissance of Our Own. Oh, loved that book. Did a review. You can check it out. I'll probably link it somewhere so you can check it out. But in the book, each chapter is talking about reimagining a specific area of your life, whether that's belief systems, rest, education. She goes through a whole list. She also discusses work, reimagining work. And what I loved so much about that chapter is what it was asking you questions to get you curious about what could be possible for your career or the way you do work. So Careergasm is special because it really feels like a guide. The author, Sarah, she's holding your hand as she guides you down the path of uncovering what feel-good work actually looks like for you. Oftentimes, like, we have to uncover or get unstuck in terms of our mindset blocks. Fear and shame are major in terms of how we allow them to determine the moves we make in our lives. She talks about how people will say, I don't know what I want. I don't know what career I really want to do. I just know that I'm unhappy in my current one. And she's like, I think you know exactly what you want. It's just that you're too afraid to admit it. I saw a guy, he was talking on TikTok, and he was talking about how he's a UPS driver. He's like, I'm a UPS driver, but people act like I work at McDonald's. But in the comment section, I thought it was very interesting because I saw somebody say people almost want the job title more than the actual money. I could understand that. And I can relate. Like, I'd rather be the strategist or the one that does the execution work behind the scenes rather than be the actual talent. I shied away from being a content creator for myself because I'm like, I don't know anybody who's like, hi, I'm a YouTuber. I don't think I've ever met a YouTuber in my life. Even though I consume so much content on YouTube, I love it. I love blogging. I love consuming content from bloggers. I can name a bunch that I love. But to say I've ever met anyone in real life that actually has that job, no, that's never been my experience, which is eye-opening. But there's a part of me that still struggles with the idea of like, this doesn't sound as exciting or interesting or legitimate as, say, a career in education, engineering, medicine. Like, those careers sound way better. Even in that, there are people who want to do careers in medicine or people who want to do careers in architecture, but they're just like, I don't know what it looks like to do that. I feel like everybody that I know has gone down one path, and this other path seems so unknown and so scary that it's like I might as well do the thing that I already know more about, even if it's not something I'm really drawn to. And I really wonder what the world would look like if more people we're committed to doing the work of finding what feel-good work feels like for them. If we do the work of giving our children opportunities to explore what they're interested in and nurture that I think that creates a foundation for them to find their own feel-good work as well. And make it so that no matter what field they go into, their feel-good work can be infused into it. Because that's a thing. A lot of us look at like our interest in, say, numbers, or our interest in details, or our interest in color, and say, oh, well, we can't apply that in certain fields. You'd be surprised at what you can apply in different ways that makes your work come alive in a way that it doesn't for others. And when you find your sweet spot in whatever field you're in, the work you can do and the way it infuses your life and the life of others can be electrifying. This book helped me to confront myself and the hangups I have surrounding shame and fear as it relates to pursuing content creation for my career full time, and really being okay with being excited about what seems nerdy to me, or maybe nerdy to others, but just really lights me up and just excites me, and is one of the things that I genuinely look forward to doing when I look at the span of my week. One of the concepts that she talks about, I want to say it was chapter 1, where she talked about creating ideal work conditions. There was one summer that I seem to need to run a lot of errands in the morning. I work from home. Maybe a couple weeks within that month where I was running errands every morning and then coming back and doing my work. And I noticed a increase in my productivity. And I think what it was getting out of the house in the morning, going somewhere, engaging with people, being around interesting environments, and then coming back home to focus and do my work really energized me. I might have been going to grab coffee. I might have been going to pick up ingredients for dinner from the grocery store. I might have been in Staples picking up markers. But whatever I was doing, it was enough to like be visually interesting, and it excited me in a different way and made me feel more energized to come back home and do my work. Part of creating my ideal work condition involved getting out and then coming back. Create your ideal work condition so that you can thrive. Maybe you need to find a coffee shop that you can sit at. Maybe you need a different chair, a more comfortable chair. Maybe you need to work in a co-working space. Maybe you need headphones and brown noise. What? There's so many tactics and tips that you can use to infuse energy into your work conditions. And I love that she talked about that, because it really helped me to start reimagining what it could look like for me to work on a day-to-day basis and really focus in when I'm doing stuff that's kind of mundane. Because I think no matter what you do, there's going to be parts of the job that you don't absolutely love. There are parts that are just like, oh, this is boring. I wish this would hurry up and pass. And until you can outsource those tasks, kind of have to lean into them. So finding the way that you can work best can really help you to create even more enjoyment as you do the work that you're assigned to for your life's journey. I will say there's one area that I would push back. I would push back on. She was talking about the highlight reel. She had a chapter where she was talking about mason jar smoothies, and she was saying like she made a smoothie and it tasted really good, but it looked really pretty, and so she took a picture of it and put it on Instagram. We take photos of the highlight reels. We don't really consider the stuff that doesn't look as exciting or thrilling, and to take social media with a grain of salt. I think there are people who are being real on social media. I do believe 100%. Yeah, there are a lot of people who are faking on social media. However, there are people who are really showing their everyday. I think that's one of the reasons why I like TikTok so much. I don't post on it. I don't even follow people I know. That's my rule. Like I only engage with it based on the desire to find people who are just totally different and interesting in different ways, quirky. They're sharing their mundane parts of their life. I love seeing stuff like that. In the book, she was saying, there's a reason why people don't share Instagram photos of them doing the laundry while their cats sit nearby, because that's boring. Nobody wants to see that. There are YouTubers that I watch, and watching them clean their houses is so therapeutic for me. Granted, I get it. That's not for everybody. But there are a lot of people who love that kind of content, myself included, are getting satisfaction from watching somebody start a task and finish a task. There are even channels where people service body doubles. And if you work from home and you have this person on their YouTube video where they're just working, they film themselves working, and it's just you and that person, and it feels like there's somebody in the room with you. I like those channels. I know for some people that's like, what? For me, my favorite vloggers, I love watching their day-to-days. I love watching, okay, what did you get from Trader Joe's this week? I want to know, what are you making for dinner today? I get inspiration from learning what other people do in their process. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I really don't. I totally think it's okay for people to say, that's boring, I'm not watching that. But I'm one of those people. I will absolutely watch lifestyle vloggers. I do like to see some of those stuff, and there's a lot of people who are just like me. So I would push back on that to say, be mindful of the fact that there are so many people who are just like you in the quirky things that you like as well, and there's an audience for that very specific thing. You'd be surprised. So don't be afraid to push yourself out there in different ways, and do your research first. I would say that, but it's okay if what you do, one person might say is boring, or you may even have 1 million people who will say, oh yeah, that's boring, don't do that. But you could also have 3 million people on the other side that are like, no, I want to see that, put it out there. I don't care that it's boring. I'm into that kind of stuff. You'd be surprised. So whatever feel-good work looks like for you, even if it may seem boring, you'd be surprised how many people would be thoroughly interested in the things that you have to share and say and do. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye.